So hey everyone, this is Talla and Sasha again, and we are going to be doing 100 questions, and we're going to get right into it, just in case the dogs start barking again. Alright, so we're actually going to start past where we had already done.
Okay.
We're going to start with, how old are you?
I'm 17, but my birthday is in 6 days.
I'm 20, and I will be 21 next year.
He doesn't appreciate your answer.
What have you learned today?
I learned that people are really great. And that sounds really dumb, but people are great. And a teacher made me cry because I'm graduating Thursday, and I got really depressed. In a good way. It's a good depression.
I learned that even if people like unfollow and unsubscribe, most of you know what I'm talking about, that it doesn't really matter to me because I will always have those people that continuously support me. And I hope you all know who you are, and I appreciate every single one of you. I really do. What was your favorite subject in school?
English. That's why I'm going to go to school to major in English. And history also. Except we can't have two, but I did two anyways. Yes.
Mine was math and choir. What do you do? I think that's like occupation.
Like in general?
No, I think that's occupation.
I work at Old Navy. I like to sell people fashionable clothes at reasonable prices.
During the summer, I work at a day camp as a camp counselor. And then during the fall season, I work at the Vermont Country Store as a Candyland lead, which I get to pack candy and hang out with some amazing people. So yeah. What are some of your favorite books? This is a better question for you.
Oh my goodness. My favorite book of all time is The Night Circus by Aaron Morgenstern because it is, and I quote, the best movie I've ever read. The imagery is just right in your face.
The movie I ever read.
Yeah. Because, it paints a movie. Wow. It does. It, mentally...
The best movie I ever read.
Mentally paints a movie in your head. That's magnificent.
Mine actually has to be Dr. Sleep, which is the sequel to The Shining. It's about Danny Torrance and how he goes on with his life. It is freaking amazing. If I had to ever suggest a book to anybody, that would be it. She's
a huge Stephen King
I love Stephen King. I was watching Rose Red one night, and I was in the apartment by myself, and the door flung open, and my cat and I both jumped because nothing was in our house. It was terrifying. What are some of your favorite movies?
Some of my favorite movies, I'd probably have to say that, I love any movie by Wes Anderson. I guess you could say that I'm like a quote-unquote hipster in that sense, but his movies are just so funny, and what really got me into it is, Fantastic Mr. Fox. Not only do I love claymation, but, it's just not the acting, but basically the acting, because George Clooney and Meryl Streep, voiced, kind of the two main characters, and I loved Grand Budapest Hotel, and I drove quite a distance to go see a premiere, and I love Rushmore, and it just, oh my god. If you haven't seen a Wes Anderson movie and you're into independent movies, just watch him. It's fantastic.
Mine have to be Stephen King movies. I think my favorite movie, though, is, The Green Mile. That is one of my favorite movies. Whenever it's on, I will stop and watch it. So, I'm really simple. What kind of music are you into?
Everything. I love all of it. One of my ancestors did opera. Enrico Caruso. He sang. He was an opera singer. Look him up. But I like jazz and I love pop. I guess I would have to say pop because I'm really into pop. Pop. Pop.
I listen to pretty much everything. My iPod is terrifying. The other night I was in the car with one of my friends and we went from Shrek the Musical to System of the Down to, I think, Ordinary by Ricky Dillon. So
I feel like my head's really big. I'm just really close.
Not speaking to you right now. What's one of the scariest things you've ever done?
I rode on the American Scream Machine, I think it's called. It has like 7 loops in it. And I hate roller coasters down at the New Jersey Six Flags. It was really scary, hands down.
I think the scariest thing I've ever done is going on the Sasquatch at the Great Escape in New York. I used to be really afraid of heights. So, in this ride, it brings you straight up and then drops you, like, straight down. Oh, makes my stomach queasy.
I changed my mind. I did that, too. That's also mine. That's mine, too!
She's a copycat.
That was scary.
Are you married?
No.
How did you meet your spouse, girlfriend, or boyfriend? Both of us are single!
I met them in my mind because they're imaginary.
Sorry, I had to stick that one in there.
Less depressing question.
Do you think it's better to get married when you're younger or better to wait a while? That's a good question.
I think that you kind of know. I feel like that's a question you really can't answer because I feel like it all depends. Like, if you meet somebody and like they're your high school love or whatever and you've loved them for a long time, I think that it's totally okay to get married young, but like, if you've never been in a serious relationship and you think it's the one but you haven't really experienced a whole lot of the field, maybe I'd wait a little bit longer, but I really think it depends on the situation.
I agree with it depending on the situation, but I think one of the only situations to get married at a young age is, granted, there is a lot of teen pregnancy lately, but if you're a teen parent, I think it's better to get married at a younger age, but personal experience, I think it's better to wait till you're older. Until you actually know how you feel about a person. Because when you're a teenager, you might know. You might think you know. That's how I want to phrase it. You might think you know, but I can bet you 50% of you don't. Sorry, I get really touchy about that subject. Forget it. Have you ever thought of adopting?
I have thought of adopting because, I don't know, I guess giving other people a chance, but it's probably something I would do after I had my own child. You know, kind of one of those situations if I was in a good place in my life, you know, because, and I would probably do older kids too, because older kids just are always ones that end up staying in homes the longest.
Yeah, they're harder to adopt.
Yeah.
They're harder to get taken out of foster care.
So,
I don't ever know. I might, but it depends. Because sometimes you don't really have any other choice besides adopt. So, what do you do for fun?
I read a lot. I also write a lot. I really like to write poetry and short stories. And I also like to go on Tumblr.
I bowl. I bowl every Sunday now. I like being outside. And I like being on Twitter and YouTube. I spend a lot of time on those 2 sites. Kind of a nerd. But there is nothing wrong with that. Nothing. Do you like traveling?
I love traveling. Traveling is just so fun. I mean, I've only been, granted, in our little area of the country, but I would really like, and Canada. Yeah. If that even counts. But I'd like to go other places.
And no, it doesn't count because people think Vermont's in Canada.
Yes,
so.
we are in Canada. No, we're not.
No, we're not. I love traveling. The farthest I've ever traveled was Wildwood, New Jersey. But this summer, I'll actually be traveling to Florida, and I really can't wait. It's going to be so much fun, and I'm going to be so tan when I come home. I had to think of a good way to say that. Who are some people you'd like to meet one day? Someday. Same thing.
I'd really, really, really love to meet Johnny Depp. Because he's one of those people that just seems like they're really down to earth and really cool, but they also say not to meet your hero. So he could end up being, like, not that great in real life, but I feel like he's just an all-around cool person. That's probably why he's quoted so much on the internet.
I actually don't know. Morgan Freeman. any of the YouTubers that I watch. I really want to meet Charles Trippy. But I could do that if I ever went to a We the Kings concert and wore my CTFXC t-shirt. That'd be great.
You should do that.
I should do that. They're going to be a award tour.
Oh my god, are you going?
No, I wish. Sorry, jump a topic, but half the time she doesn't know what I'm thinking.
Question, are you going to Warpster? Answer.
Tour?
No.
Tour?
Aw.
Oh yeah, and if you ever notice our accents, we don't say our T's. Why? Because we're from Vermont and we do what
I went
we
to
want.
Warped or...
What are some things that make you really happy?
My dogs. I love my dogs. I love the sun. Like summer is my favorite. It's my favorite season, and one of my favorite things to do is go up to what we call the Chittenden Dam. And it's just, the sun hits there just right, and the water is always like a pleasant temperature. It's enough to cool you off if you're really hot. And even if you don't want to swim in it, it's just really nice to sit there and enjoy.
A lot of you might actually have seen it before, because I did post a video of it. But it's a really small area. You can go kayaking and canoeing and stuff. But it's really pretty.
It's very pretty.
I like taking Instagram pictures of it. I'd have to say my pets and my grandparents. Well, my dog, I should say. I hate my bird. But I'd have to say my pet and my grandparents. And just anybody that I'm around that's generally friendly. And all of my old coworkers. Because they just made me really happy. They got me through quite a bit. So. Oh, and making YouTube videos, because it's always fun. Even if some days I really don't want to do it. Are you a religious person?
I am religious in the sense that I do believe in God, but I'm also open-minded in the fact that I do believe, in other people's religions, and I really like learning about them. But, I keep a lot of that stuff kind of like to myself,
See, I'm just an atheist, so... Like I said, I've never been baptized. But neither of my parents were religious. They were kind of forced into that, so they never wanted to force me. So that's why I've never been to church, which I know a lot of people won't like or will think that's disgraceful of me, but I've never been to church. I've never been forced to. If I wanted to go, I would have, but I never grew up knowing that life, so I don't see a reason to go. Granted, there probably is. I've been in churches before, but that was only for funerals and weddings. I'm sorry. But life happens. What was your life like growing up?
Oh, it's pretty solid. I had like that typical life where I had friends on the street. We would hang out. I used to rollerblade, and I was really bad at it, so I fell on the sidewalk a lot. I collected rocks, and I was really excited at little things, like when I read my Junie B. Jones book in one day. It was like
I love Junie B. Jones. I was a really awkward kid. I was always around the boys. I grew up being a tomboy, so I was just thought of as weird. Up until, high school, I always hung out with guys. Why? Because there's such less drama, and it's so nice not to have to worry about, oh, do I look good?
Well, do I?
This is why I'm not friends with girls. It drives me nuts. Because they're always more about their appearance than what's going on in a conversation. I'm like, I want to talk about video games, and you're sitting there talking about makeup. I'm like... It frustrates me. I'm awful. I'm just... Shh. What were you like in high school?
Well, I'm leaving it. I was pretty quiet. I had my select few close friends, but I was kind of not exposed to the popular people, but they were in a lot of my classes, so I was acquaintance with them. There really wasn't a lot of cliques in my school. I was, there are cliques, but they're not rude. It's weird. No, they're not mean. I swear to you. I swear.
Well, then, obviously, because we went to the same high school. Obviously, the high school has changed since I've been there. Because when I was there, the cliques were awful. And what we call it clique hopping. Or just a floater.
Floater.
But I didn't like being around the people that were jerks to everybody. So I generally just hung out with, like, choir and theater kids, and I was more comfortable in that position than being out in the hallway with a bunch of jocks. Why? Because they were always jerks. And generally, the people that hated me was because of either how I looked or because I was loud. Well, obviously I'm going to be loud if you will not get out of my way in the hallway. Sorry, but learn to walk. That's my biggest, that should have been my biggest pet peeve, is people that don't know how to walk in a hallway.
No, this is serious, because we have real tiny hallways and staircases. Oh my goodness.
Our staircases are, like, yay big.
And when up traffic, people going up, always walk 2 by 2.
See,
Why do you have to walk next to them if you walk up a set of stairs?
because they want to walk next to their friends. Ugh. What was your favorite part of today?
Making
far?
YouTube videos with Sasha.
Yeah, making YouTube videos. Oh, and some of you got my Snapchat, but the Snapchat of me talking about the kitty. I like Kitty, the cat, I don't know where it went, but Talla has a really pretty cat, and every single time I come over, her cats, like, cling to me, and they love me.
Dragon.
So.
I'm trying to call her over. She's not.
It's okay. Who in your life has influenced you the most?
I don't think I could pinpoint one person. I'd have to say, I think everybody influences me. I think that you're always influenced by the people that you're around. I couldn't just say one person has influenced me most, because I take other people's, like, ideas and kind of put them towards my life, I guess you could say.
I think I could actually name some, because, like, my mom and a lot of my friends have influenced me. And then I've had a teacher who has known me since I was around, like, 5 years old. He is now my camp director, my director. And he influenced me because he's been the one to push me. He's kind of been like a father figure to me, so he pushes me into doing as much as I can for myself. And he yelled at me because I wasn't back in college yet. Whoops. But, and even people online nowadays, like I have said before, if it wasn't for people on Twitter being so supportive and influencing me to actually start this, I would not be spending a night making YouTube videos. It wouldn't be happening. I'd be doing something else. What? I don't know, but I'd be doing something else. But I wouldn't change it for the world. It's been so much fun so far, and geez, it's just getting started. And that's a terrifying thing to say. Have you ever tried sushi? Did you like it?
I have not tried sushi because the thought of raw fish really kind of disgusts me.
I don't like sushi. I like, if it doesn't have, like she said, if it doesn't have raw fish in it, I'll be fine. Like, I like wontons and stuff like that, as long as they're cooked. But I don't like raw fish. Even though, I guess that doesn't count as sushi. Do you like spicy food?
Oh.
Oh, sorry, we lost you for a second. I did something. I'm sorry.
I don't like spicy food. I cannot handle it. I can't even handle table pepper on things. That is how weak I am when it comes to that.
I like spicy food. This isn't the cat. I say hello. I say hello to the kitty. Sorry, I'm just... Ow! Oh, dang, Flabbit. Will you do that? Sorry, everybody. I keep dropping you.
What was that?
I don't know. I do like spicy food. It depends on how spicy. I can't handle really hot stuff, but I can handle spice. How do you like your steak cooked?
Medium rare, because I like to have a little bit of pink in it, because it keeps it not being too tough, and it also has like this really nice flavor to it, I think.
Yeah, same here. I like medium rare. I think that's because my grandmother always cooks my steak to death, and I hate it. Yeah. Like, it tastes like a shoe. Do you have a favorite number? Any particular reason why you like that number?
My favorite number is 3, and that's probably because, like, there's the 3 people in my family, like me, my mom, and my dad, that are really close. And it's always, like, 3 is all one of those... Oh! 3 is also one of those, like, kinds of numbers that's, you know, like, really, you know... It represents goodness and unity and, like... I don't know. It's a solid number. A 3. It's
Oh
solid.
my god, don't come behind me and fight. I don't really have a favorite number, I guess. I've just never thought of any number being my favorite. Yeah, you come hide over here. Toby, stop it. I don't want you freaking out. Oh, we answered that one last time. What's one of the strangest things you've ever done?
Besides living my life, no. Probably the strangest thing that I ever did was I tried to hike to my aunt's house. Instead of driving there like a normal person, I decided, hey, I'm pretty sure that these woods that I'm in are connected. They weren't connected, and I crossed this river that was just going way too fast, and it was not an intelligent idea, and I regretted it. I broke my toe. Was that bad?
Mine's not really the strangest thing I've done, but it is the stupidest thing I've done, which is we have a hockey rink up behind our mall here, and my friends and we had gone and watched a hockey game and everything, and we're walking out, and they see this patch of black ice, and they don't tell me it's there. I had just gotten my glasses, too. I fell flat on my back, smashed my head off of the ground, and my glasses flew off and landed perfectly folded. And it was nuts. None of my friends asked me if I was okay. They're all laughing at me for a good, 10 minutes, and then they finally asked me, oh, are you okay? As they're dying of laughter. I was like, you guys are jerks. What do you like least about yourself?
That I could be a recluse sometimes. Sometimes I just don't like being with people. Yes, I guess I'd have to say that.
I actually don't know why I chose this question because I'm going to get yelled at for it. I'd have to say I'm getting better with it, but I still say my self-image. I have a hard time dealing with it because of how I was treated in high school. Because of how I look, I've always had a problem with it. I used to, like I said earlier, I used to change my hair color a lot, and people didn't like that about me. They thought I was changing my hair color for attention. I changed my hair color because I got bored with my hair, but it's just, I've always felt uncomfortable about my self-image, and I'm trying to work on it. I have gotten better. It's still a little bit hard for me, but still.
Support.
Yeah. A lot of you support me, so. What embarrasses you, Talla? When Talla sings to me on the bus.
I don't think anything embarrasses me, because I really like embarrassing other people, like Sasha. I embarrass her all of the time. I guess I would have to say that I'm embarrassed when I'm not doing embarrassing things, but that doesn't make any sense. I don't know. I guess I'm embarrassed when my dad moons me in public places, like the Walmart. There it is.
The Walmart.
Yeah, I'm glad I remembered that, because that's happened.
Who is your best, closest friend?
What? It is Sasha. I hang out with a lot of other people, but Sasha's definitely the one person that I always, tell everything to.
Same with Talla. We've been friends for a while, and we could fight. Well, I'm going to have to say, I have two people, actually. I have Talla, and then I also have one of my best friends, Courtney, who, if I could go, months without talking to either of them, and one day we could just start a conversation and be fine, nothing has gone on, and I think that's one of the best friendships to ever have, is one that it doesn't even matter if you don't talk all the time. Sorry, I'm just kind of scrolling through the questions. What's the first thing you notice about other people?
Their attitudes about life. That is definitely something that... What? What does that mean? What does that mean?
I have 78 things.
Oh. Definitely... What was the question?
Wait, what was it?
I don't remember.
Oh, what's the first thing you notice about people?
Oh my god! Their attitude initially. If someone...
Yeah.
The way somebody says hi to you, I think, is just kind of... how they're gonna be in any kind of situation. If you get the overly nice hi, these people probably should not be trusted.
Yeah.
If you get overly mean hi, don't trust them. If you get like a nice normal hello, trust them.
I think I was actually a jerk to you the first time I met you.
She did make me cry in high school. That's how strong our bond is.
No, it was because a third party had said something.
That was not true.
That was not true, and then it ended up escalating, and I ended up screaming at her at the end of a school day, and she ended up crying.
I didn't even know anything's wrong. I walk up to Sasha, and I'm like, hey, and she's like, what do you want?
But the first thing I notice about people is definitely personality. I will talk to you for a little while, but I will judge you on your personality. So if I ever meet you in person, just know I will judge your personality. And if you're a total SOB, then I'm not gonna like you. Probably. Probably.
One last question.
Yeah. Yeah, because this video is really long. Can you probably scroll? That'd be great. Okay, thanks. What's something you wish everyone knew about you?
My name story!
Go ahead and tell it.
My name is Talla, and some of you might know, it's kind of a strange name. Fun fact, I was born... Yep, I was born. Okay, no, I was named after Wolf Blitzer, who tells the weather on a weather channel. It's not the weather channel, but it's a channel. He tells the weather on it. My mom was dead set that she was having a boy, and she didn't, but she had found Talla, which means wolf in Native American. So I'm named after a man who tells the weather. He's quite good at it. So I'm happy. I'm blessed to be named after somebody so skilled.
Mine. This is actually a name story too, but it's not about my name. Some of my friends know this story, but when I was younger, when I was actually first born, my dad decided to write my name on my birth certificate for the first 5 minutes of my life, and I know you will all mock me. The first 5 minutes of my life, my name was Bertha.
Oh my god, I didn't even know this!
The nurses brought in my birth certificate to my mother, and they were like, oh, so her name's Bertha, right? My mom goes, no, her name's Sasha. And they were like, well, that's what the father told us. And I've never seen her, I've never heard about my mom being so angry before, because she ripped them a new one, all because my father had written that my name was Bertha. So, for the first 5 minutes of my life, my name was Bertha Marie Noble, and I hate my life.
I didn't even know this! What?
I would have hated my life if my name was Bertha. I'm sorry. If any of you are named Bertha, I'm sorry, but I just don't see that as a fitting name for me.
No, you are Sasha. Sasha Fierce.
Stop that. Okay, so this video has almost been half an hour long, so it's going to take me forever to upload when it goes up. But I really hope you enjoyed some of the questions. We obviously didn't do all 100 because that would just take forever.
Yes.
And Tall has to bring me home in like half an hour.
Yes.
But I really hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you all next time.
Bye, guys!